Okay, we've made progress, y'all. He's went from not knowing who I am to kind of knowing who I am, and a fucking song is now on the horizon. I can feel it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. Today we got another album review today. I know we've been doing a lot of these motherfuckers, but so much shit dropping. How can I not do album reviews? You know you like this shit, don't front. So we're gonna talk about the brand new album from an East Coast producer. I've done one of his albums before. This is his newest one, so you know I had to holler at the shit. So let's not waste any more time talking about the new album from Statik Selektah entitled Lucky 7. Now, Lucky 7 is the actual 7th studio album from East Coast producer Statik Selektah, who's worked with almost everybody from the underground all the way up to the mainstream. Look him up. He's got so many goddamn production credits it'll take me all damn video or another video just to name them all, because this nigga's putting in work. But like I said, this is his 7th album and it's being released through his own label, Show Off Records, as well as Duck Down. It's sort of a tag team shit. He's done it before. He's usually been working with Duck Down lately, so I guess this is his last album on Duck Down. I'm not sure. I heard something about that. Quote me on it or don't. I don't give a fuck. But usually with a Statik Selektah album, if you heard it, he produces the entire album and then he brings all of his rapper friends to come and spit fire all over the tracks, except for me, because I'm not his friend. But he should get me. I'm not going to get into it on this one, but I'm just saying he's got a lot of niggas on here, and on here it's no different. So I'm going to run down a list of a whole bunch of niggas. Not all of them, because it's a ton, because it's like 20 songs on here, but I'm going to name some of the higher names, sort of like Absol, Action Bronson, Joey Badass, Talib Kweli, Styles P, Euro Droog. There's a lot of motherfuckers on here. Royce the 5'9", nigga, just check the track list. Everybody is on this motherfucking album, it seems like, except for fucking me. But that's pretty much how a Statik Selektah album is put together, and on this one, it's no different, and it just sounds so damn good. So let's get into the shit so I can tell you why it sounds so damn good. Let's talk about the shit. Now, the first thing about this album that you gotta realize is the production, because this is a Statik Selektah album. He's a producer. He makes all the beats. Now, on his last album, What Goes Around, he had a lot of heavy jazz influence. Pretty much the entire album was jazz influence with the beats. On here, he's kind of went back to his old Statik Selektah where he kind of just, does all kinds of traditional hip-hop sounds, but he does incorporate jazz on here. He has a lot of different elements. It's kind of like you get a little bit of everything that Statik Selektah can do on this album. So you get the head-nodding tracks, you get the dark, gritty tracks, you get the very instrumental, jazzy tracks, you get the laid-back, cool tracks, a lot of shit. Statik Selektah is very versatile as a producer, and you hear it on here very well. And the beats on here are so fucking clean. There's not a beat on here that I wasn't nodding my head to or vibing to. Statik Selektah got that fire, and he don't stop. It doesn't go out. No fire extinguishers are around this motherfucker at all. And we can hear that when it's on this album. Now, that's with the beats. I mean, that's all you gotta say. The fucking shit's fire. Now, when it comes to the features on this album, it's so many on here, and it's a 20-track album. It's a little over an hour. It's a hefty motherfucker, and I'd be here all day breaking down song by song. But all I gotta say is that the people that he got deserve to be on this album. They all are spitters. They all are very talented, and they are people who really complement Statik Selektah's beats and style very well. A lot of lyricism on here, a lot of dope bars, a lot of heavy metaphors, a lot of real grimy stuff, that New York sound on here, and then it just really just comes together very well. This album is just like a really big mash of just dope tracks put together. There's no concept to it. It's just a whole bunch of dope hip-hop songs by a whole bunch of dope hip-hop artists, and it works well because with these compilation albums, it's really hard to really put together any concept, but when it's done this well with the type of talent that he gets and the type of talent that he has, you ain't got no time to complain about that shit. So, I mean, Statik Selektah put together a hot one, as always he does. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about this album because each track on here is solid. There's not a track on here that I did not like. There's not a track on here that I thought was weak. All these tracks here are very strong, and it's a very good fucking album. Now, you know I gotta give you my top 5 tracks, and this is a hard fucking decision because like I just said, I like all these songs, but these are the ones that I end up listening to the most. So I'm gonna give you these 5 tracks, but like I said, every track on here and every artist on here, they did the damn thing. So hold on, I got them written down. I wrote this shit down so I don't have to keep navigating. So I'm getting better, y'all. Don't get mad at me when I'm trying to improve myself. So the first track is the actual first track on the goddamn album. Well, the first track on the album is actually an intro by the comedian Hannibal Buress, who's a very funny dude. You should check him out if you never saw his stuff. But he gives a very funny intro that kind of fits with the Lucky 7 theme. But the actual first song is done by Rhapsody, my girl Rhapsody, She's so damn dope. And on here, it's called Another Level, and she is killing it on here. The beat on here is just a dope head nodding boom bap style with a lot of jazzy trumpet on the background, and it just sounds so damn good. And then when Rhapsody comes in, she just fucking destroys this track. It's so fucking dope that Rhapsody set this off because she just encompassed this beat and this style real well, and the energy is great. And the quotables, this girl just fucking snapped all over the place. She said shit like, address them with all vows, I owe you nada. What? How can you not like her? I'm just saying. And then she got another line where she says, little shit don't appease me. I've been off that young shit like Jeezy. How can you not like her? Fuck you if you don't. That shit's so goddamn dope. But that's one of my favorite tracks. I had to play that shit like 5 times before I even went to the next goddamn track, because Rhapsody just fucking took over the album for that good time. But that's one of the best tracks, and it's the perfect way to open it. The next track on there is Beautiful Life, and this features Action Bronson and Joey Badass, who are probably 2 of the most commonly known collaborators with Statik Selektah. On this right here, it's a real laid-back, funky type of beat, still with some nice head-nodding vibes, but it's also got some heavy bass on there, especially the bass line. I like the bass line. It's like a doom, 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 doom. That shit goes hard. I love that shit. But that's probably the standout of the production, but when it comes to Action Bronson and Joey Badass, they do their thing, and on here, Action sounds really fucking hungry. A lot more hungry than when I heard him on his actual debut album. I wish I got more of this on the debut album, but hey, I ain't gonna complain. Action killed it, and so did Joey. They got real good chemistry together, and they both sound good on a static beat, so ain't no complaints, but that's one of the dopest records on there, and I had to play that one back too after the Rhapsody. So the first 2 tracks were getting constant back and forth like ping pong. The next track that I like was In the Wind, and that's another Joey Badass track, and this one is featuring Big Crit. I like this track a lot. It's very laid back and smooth. It's got that smooth groove feel that I love so much. And it's also got some nice guitar chords and horns in here. And this is one of those songs where it's sort of like the uplifting, little bit of wisdom spitting game, and just pretty much telling the story of how Joey and Crit both had to come up, and they had dreams and they wouldn't, give up, and how they just use their platform now on a better and more positive and a more, I guess, respectable way, rather than wasting the gift that they have and the success that they have on bullshit. They're going to use it for more of a positive and more of a, I guess, advancement in the culture and the surroundings around them, which is a really dope track. The next track that I like is Murder Game. This is probably one of the more darker, grittier tracks. It's got the Duck Down crew on here, Smith & Wesson, Young M.A., and Buckshot. And on here, the beat here is really, really just dark, and it's got that eerie feel. The piano on here sounds like some horror movie shit, and it really complements the whole duck down, grimy, just gritty sound. Smith & Wesson drop a dope verse. Young M.A. is on the hook, and he kind of has this weird hook where it's kind of like, each hook is different, but it's kind of the same cadence and it's kind of the same tone. At first, I wasn't sold on it, but as I listened to the track a few more times, I kind of got into it. But the thing about this track that I like the most is Buckshot. Buckshot on here just fit perfectly on this beat. He had his voice in that menacing, low-key tone that he has when he raps, and it just fit on this perfect beat, just perfect. Just perfect, said it twice, but he's perfect on the fucking beat. Dope verse, dope track. Really just, that essence of Duck Down, and I liked it. That's a real standout, and it's just one of them joints that I had to go back and listen to like the others. And then the last track is All You Need, and this features Action Bronson again. Action Bronson is on a roll on this album. Where the fuck was you doing this on the last one? It's cool, though. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. And then it's also got Ab-Soul on here and L. Varner, and this one here is probably the real most soulful sample-based beat on here. It's got a real nice I'm not going to even say the fucking sample. I always butcher that shit, but it's got a nice little sample verse where it says All You Need. And it's more of a ladies type track where they're talking about the special ladies in their life, or who they thought was a special lady, or who the lady thought was a special lady. It depends on who's doing the verse. But I think on here, Action Bronson does another great verse. He has a funny intro on here that I really like. And then Ab-Soul, I think, has the standout verse on here, and he just shows a little bit more hunger and a little bit more ferociousness. And I really like that in Ab-Soul. And I hope, he carries it over into some more work and some future projects, because I like that form of Ab-Soul. Elle Varner has some really nice vocals on here. She doesn't do the hook, which she kind of does the hook, and she has kind of background vocals. I don't know who's doing the singing on the hook. It doesn't list it on there, but they're on there as well. But in general, the whole song is fucking dope. But those are my top 5, but this whole fucking album is amazing. Statik Selektah knows how to put together a compilation album. I think he's way underrated when it comes to these type of albums, and I think it's just one of those things that he needs to be really, really respected for, because if this is his last compilation album, I am not mad at it, because everything on here is fucking dope. The production is nice, the features are all nice, everybody on here does their thing, and it's just an enjoyable album. Even though it's an hour long, it just really, really just, you know, catches your attention with every track. Each of them are so different and unique with the artist involved in the beats that it keeps you, you know, attentive. You don't zone out, and it's just a really good album to listen to. And I've listened to it a few times since it's been out, and I've not got bored with it, and I still get the same feeling. So Statik, you did your damn thing. Minus a Granddad verse, I'm not gonna be mad about it. I mean, just maybe next time. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Statik Selektah Lucky 7 is an overall super dope, well put together, well produced, and well featured compilation hip hop album that needs to get a lot more attention than it really is getting. All I'm saying is that the sound on here is great, beats are dope, the verses on here and the fucking people on here are fucking killing it, and it's just, well, I can't say much more about it other than it's fucking put together so goddamn well. And if this is his last album or his final album that he's gonna put out like this, then I guess this is the perfect way to go out. But if he does do another album, Statik, I have verses and they are dope. I'm just going to say it one more time and that's it. Maybe 2 more times. I don't know. But all I got to really say is that for me, Statik Selektah Lucky 7 is 100% Granddad approved. So definitely go check it out. It's out. Go support it. Go buy it. If you don't want to buy it, then stream the shit. But just show some support for this album and put it on the people and just let them hear the goodness of some Statik Selektah beats and these dope MCs that mostly everybody's probably heard of, but now they're all on one central album, so it's like fucking Christmas, I guess. But I got nothing more to say. Statik Selektah Lucky 7 is Granddad approved. Go get the shit. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Statik Selektah Lucky 7 if you heard it. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it now. I guarantee you're going to like this shit, or at least one song, because there's so much dopeness and so many dope people and dope music and dope shit all on this album. You can't not like it. You just can't. But if you don't, fuck you, because you're retarded. Previous video on the side, as well as my music video. Check those out, showing some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below. Woolly Reviews, twice a week. Gaming channel. Check that out. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddaughter, Statik Selektah Lucky 7, I will not give up until I'm on a Statik Selektah track. I don't give a fuck how long it takes. I don't. I'm out of here.